So I want to welcome you all. My name is David Wisner. I'm professor of international relations at the American College of Thessaloniki, also known as ACT or ACT. I'm the executive director of the Michael and Kitty Dukakis Center for Public and Humanitarian Service, known to most of us as the Dukakis Center or the Dukakis Center for Public Service. We're celebrating this year our 20th anniversary season of Public Service Initiative. This is the launch event, and it's an appropriate event because it deals with our core mission at the Dukakis Center, which is to engage with young people, to inspire them to take an active interest in public affairs in Greece, throughout Europe, in Southeast Europe, and in the United States. As you know, we have a very healthy number of students from American universities attending classes at ACT, particularly in the fall. It's about 350 students this term. And a good number of them are studying or have studied with personages like Michael Dukakis, the former governor of Massachusetts, who has been teaching politics and public administration at Northeastern University in Boston for a good number of years. I have the sad duty to express our mournful sentiments due to the passing of our longtime trustee at Anatolia College, George Bissell. If you visit the campus at ACT in particular, you'll note the library which bears his name, the Bissell Library. George passed away just a few days ago, and we are commemorating his passing and indeed his contribution to the history of Anatolia College and the history of ACT. I owe thanks to a good number of people who have helped put this together. I'll just mention my colleagues at Anatolia College, my friends here at EduAct and the Tech Center, and I'm instructed that we should also call this particular space in the EduAct facility the American space or the American corner, and we're very grateful for them hosting us this evening. And I'm happy to welcome and to collaborate yet again with the team at Live Media. They're live streaming this event to a Pan-Hellenic audience of young people in particular, many of whom somehow took part in the poll that we're going to discuss this evening. Our focus at the Dukakis Center is again on young people, what we can do to inspire them to take seriously their roles as future citizens, but also what we can do better to listen to what really matters to them. And this poll is emblematic precisely of that gesture, to think, what do young people want from their public administration, from their public authorities? What kind of Greece do they envision growing up into, eventually taking a leading role in? We call it mechanical civics. We have a number of spokespersons in the United States who lament the fact that we don't really care anymore, or the younger generation seems not to care about the nuts and bolts of political activism, how you pass a law, how a candidate is selected, how you calculate the results of an election. Every year we have a primer because people forget or they don't pay attention or they don't really care. But those sorts of things are part of what ought to be the heart and soul of civic education, and we take it upon ourselves to share what we know precisely about these processes. I should say also we engage with parents often in such venues as parent-teacher associations. My wife, Otani, here in the audience, has been very, very active as a member of the board of our local school systems in Panorama, and the idea being that if we can get the parents to participate, they set a good example for their offspring to participate in turn. The theme of this evening's event is trust and pride. I asked member of a younger generation, I can't say which one exactly, Haris Lalatsis, an alumnus of the MBA program at ACT, to undertake the poll. I trusted his expertise and his integrity that he would do the job the way he knows best. That's a sentiment we share with young people as educators. We don't trust you to be able to think for yourselves, to find the answers that we have yet to find ourselves, then we're not really fit to be teachers. And that's what we do at the Dukakis Center. Find a way of listening, of trusting the voices that we hear, and eventually at taking pride in the accomplishments of the young people. We have students in the IB program, we'll have students from the public university, we'll have a few students from ACT sitting in the audience. And why wouldn't we be proud of what you're able to do or what you will do when your time comes to take a leadership role in public administration? So that's what I have to say at my turn here on the podium. I want to thank our speakers, Eftihia Teperoglu, Filios Stangos, and again, Haris Lalatsis for taking part in the event. And I'd like to invite my friend Kostas, whose name just escapes me at the moment, to say a word of welcome on behalf of the team at EDU ACT.